recorded. You have 15 minutes.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, Mike, this might be a little better, yeah.
Okay, you can hear me now. Great. Okay. Yeah, I was wanting to find out if she had put her affidavit on that petition. It would have been probably the last 2 pages of the petition.
Okay, yeah, she sent me a petition and an updated petition. I'm trying to bring it up now. Give me just a second.
Yeah, she only completed it last Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
She would have emailed it to you then, I think. The updated one would have been probably a couple of pages longer.
Okay.
You asked me about somebody that was a friend of that Michael Howard Reed guy.
Okay.
And I read about his case. I've actually got a copy of it. That is the Little Shell Band situation. He had an underlying charge of possession of a weapon, but the appeal doesn't say anything about that charge. They actually charged him with something else, claiming that he put a lien on a judge's property, and that's what they went after him for, and that's what he was convicted for. So it never really addressed the original charge of some possession of a weapons charge. So I don't know if you ever have contact with that friend of his, but if you can ask him whatever happened to the underlying gun charge.
Okay, well, this will go out, and maybe that person will listen to this, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. You know, it's a very frustrating what's happening, but the computer I'm using is simply not bringing up that file. It's just sitting here with an hourglass spinning around. Let me go to another computer real quick. I don't know what's going on. Let's see.
Did you ever have a chance to reach Deborah regarding the address for the lockbox in Iowa?
No. Deborah, the lady who drove your wife to the prison? Is that the Deborah you're talking about?
Yeah, I called you and I'd given you the address for the lockbox because when I talked to Deborah, she had the opinion that the lockbox was in Indiana. So I gave you the corrected address, and you were going to, I guess, call her and give it to her. I was just curious if you were ever able to reach her with that information.
Wow, Mike. Man, I feel kind of embarrassed. I deal with like 30 prisoners, and the address of a lockbox. Let me. Aaron, do you remember anything about a lock? Man, I feel terrible if I have missed that action item, but I don't recall any discussions about that. And I'm sure if you recall it, I'm sure I did it. We did talk to Deborah, but I got her phone number. If you give it to me again, I can call her back and tell her anything you want me to tell her.
I don't have her phone number right in front of me, and
I've got her number. I think I do anyway. But I mean, I can call her, or you can call her, or I can give you her number or whatever.
I don't have the ability to call her right now. I'll have to wait till I get a phone card.
Okay, I have her number and I can text her. We're pretty good at texting one another. I mean, I've texted her before.
Okay, well, if you can ask her if she verify that she got the correct address for the lockbox that's in Iowa.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that right now while I'm on the phone.
She had taken the money that Pat was going to deposit when she went into that place in Alabama. They wouldn't accept cash. They said it's got to be sent to this.
Okay. You know what? Everything is coming back to me now. Yes. You called it a lockbox, and that's what was throwing me off. Yes, I completely understand what we're talking about now. Yes, there is a address for her to send a money order to, and it is called a lockbox. You're right, and that's what was. I thought you were talking about some physical thing locked up somewhere. Okay, yeah. No, we gave her the address. We have done that many times, sent money orders to prisoners, and it's the same for all federal prisoners, and we told her how to do it. So she did get that information. The answer to that is yes.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
That's all. I just want to make sure she didn't send it to the wrong address.
No. She's got the right address. We had a conversation about that. So I'm looking at the 11-page petition that Pat sent to me. It doesn't have anything about an affidavit at the end. At the end it says certificate of service as a matter of right by special appearance, petitioner, ambassador. Yeah, it just has the petition only. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
If you want to make a request there may be some legals listening to this. You know, if you, because I'm not the best with this legal crap, man. I am like I bog down. But if you make a request and maybe somebody's listening.
You have 10 minutes.
Let me ask anybody out there that has the ability to, that is interested in helping. I need a couple of things. There's a couple of statutes. One is 28 USC section 3002 in parentheses 15 parentheses capital A parentheses capital B parentheses capital C comma 22 USC 286 in parentheses little e close parentheses. Now that's supposed to be some statutes that have to do with referencing that the United States is a corporation. And of course, it's listed on Dun and Bradstreet. I'm familiar with that. I've actually seen it. And I know that the FBI and the U.S. Marshal, they're all corporations. This is a business. And trying to explain to them in legal terms that they have no jurisdiction, that I've not given them jurisdiction, that I've not consented to any of this, that we have no contract, is apparently where it's at. Because although I read a lot of this information, there's very little in the way of verification that people are actually prevailing, other than word of mouth where people have said that they have prevailed. I have virtually nothing to verify. So it's basically you're putting your life in, your faith in someone else's statements that you can't back up. And I know for a fact that all the lawyers are liars.
Amen to that, Mike. I'm going to give you a big amen to that.
Well, and that's the thing that people, myself included, we are all brainwashed from the time we're born that lawyers are there to help you. And that's the biggest crocker. It's just a lie.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There might be one or two that get into this to try to, help people and stuff. But at the end of the day, they are swearing an oath to the court. And the court is a business, and the business is all about putting people in cages. It has nothing to do with the truth. Nothing.
Yeah.
And people are led down that path. And when you go in there, and Pat's the lawyer that she hired, I knew nothing about it. She didn't tell me. He told her, do not tell me. Because they knew that if I knew, I would have said, fire the guy instantly and go in there and withdraw your plea. And Pat was so afraid. I said, at the end of the day, Pat, you're going to lose all your animals anyway. We're going to lose everything we've got anyway because of what you're doing. You cannot plead guilty to something you didn't do.
Right.
You have to fight.
Yeah.
Well, she spent all of 6 months trying to find a lawyer in Memphis that would help. Couldn't, on top of taking care of the animals and everything else, of course, couldn't find anyone. So with over 5,000 lawyers in the city of Memphis, you think you could have found one that would have been a fighter? No. If the system wants you in a cage, the rest of them are going to rally behind that decision. Who pulls the string? Who calls the shots? Who gets to make the decisions? That's the question.
Yeah, no, Mike, we're in passionate agreement on lawyers are absolute liars and they're not here to help you. But let me offer this idea to you, and I'm just offering an idea. We're coming down to like the last 3 or 4 minutes on 4 or 5 minutes on this call. You want to start over on your request for legal help, and I'll make it a video all by itself with a title that says Mike is requesting legal help, and you just state again very succinctly what you need, and that way maybe I can hit more of an audience. If that sounds good to you, okay, go for it, brother.
Greetings, friends, fellow patriots and followers of Christ. My ability to access legal resources has stopped. Mrs. Parsons is now in a federal prison, so I have absolutely no help whatsoever. I'm calling upon you, those that can, please help. If you could email Rudy the information, he can forward it to me, or you can mail it to me directly at the Saline County Jail, P.O. Box 911, Wilbur, Nebraska. I don't know the zip code.
We've got the address on Year of Jubilee, Mike. It's for everybody to find on the homepage of Year of Jubilee.
What I'm trying to find right now is 28 USC section 3002 in parentheses 15 parentheses, capital A,
You have 5 minutes.
capital B, parentheses, capital C, comma, 22, USCA 286, in parentheses, little e, close parentheses. Now, that's supposed to be the statutes that will explain that the United States government is a corporation, that they are not sovereign, and that will help me in presenting to this corrupted court that they have no jurisdiction, and that's what it's all about, is exposing to them and proving to them that they don't have jurisdiction, that you're not subject to their corporate policies. These statutes are corporate policies. They are not law. These policies are written for entities, non-living beings. That's why the names are in all capital letters. The U.S. Printing Style Manual even specifies a name in legal documents. It's all capital letters, indicates a non-living entity, a corporation, a trust, a fiction, non-human. But they're coming after us under false presumptions. It's all fraud, but you can't get lawyers to help you because they've taken an oath to this corporate system. I need your help. Effectively, they're trying to lock me up for the rest of my life for exposing this stuff. And so now I have absolutely no help. They've taken my helpmate, my wife, of 33 years, and put her in a cage under false pretenses and extorted her and forcing her into pleading guilty to something she had nothing to do with. So, God bless you, and I thank you for your prayers and support. And I'm in the arena fighting for my life, which effectively is fighting for everyone else, because if I prevail, if people will stand with me and we prevail, we will shut them down, effectively stopping them from coming after other people doing the same thing. As the Bundys won, that sets a precedent. People get tired of the corruption of this bastardized government that is not our government. It's a rigged game. And people are starting to stand up and say no, but we've got to speak in numbers, because if we don't, they'll just come after us one by one by one. And then your choice is simple. You'll either roll over and be a slave and do whatever they tell you and hope they don't mess with you, or you'll stand up and then they'll take you out too, because there'll be no one else to stand with you. Please take a stand with me today. God bless you.
Amen, brother. Amen. That was wonderful. I'll make sure I get that out all by itself with a title. Mike requests some legal assistance from anyone willing. The other thing is, have you heard of a woman by the name of Anna Von Wright? Somebody's throwing around her name. I'm just curious if that rings.
Yeah.
Is she good or bad or what?
I have no idea. I can't verify anything about her.
Okay. All right. Just people are telling me to look into her, and I haven't had the time yet.
Yeah, but what you need to do is say, show me cases where she's won. Give me a case number, and we'll go from there. That's what you need. You need case numbers.
Yeah.
Like the Bonds versus United States. I can't find the Bond versus United States 2000 case. They say it existed, but it's been removed. Okay, well, it was somewhere printed. If people know about it, somebody read it. So they had to have the ability to save it or archive it or print it. If it ever existed, somebody's got a copy. It's like the Clearfield Doctrine. I can't find it. Pat couldn't find it. But if it truly exists, somebody's got it. It's just a matter of where is it.
Right.
And, there's so much stuff out there, and you never know how much of it is legitimate and how much of it is stuff that's put in there just to throw you down a rabbit trail, like a red herring.
Right. Well, we're operating under a severe form of censorship. It's going on.
You have 1 minute.
They're scrubbing anything that has to do with truth all over the internet. I mean, YouTube and Google, they're on an all-out war against anybody who promotes truth.
Right. Truth is the enemy, and that's why they're coming after me. So if you have the ability to reach out to whoever that was, Reed's friend, and find out whatever happened to the underlying gun charge, that's critical, because his appeal has nothing to do about a gun charge. So either that was dismissed or he didn't fight it.
Yeah, I think I'll send this to the person who brought that up. I don't know that she was his friend, but she just knew about the case. But I'll send this video to that person.
I appreciate your help.
Okay, God bless you, Mike. You're in our prayers, brother.
Safe, and if you can find out anything about Pat, please let me know, because I've got no letters from her yet, and I'm worried.
I'll let you know as soon as I hear something, and know that you're in our prayers, and the Lord has a plan for for you, brother, and I really believe
And Rudy, you
it.
can call here.
You have 0 minutes. I'm sorry. Your call was disconnected.